CO, Halito, how y'all doing tonight? Now, I was on live a minute ago, but it was some bullshit going on. So I'm back. All right. Finally, I am doing my review on the infamous Sinners. But first, I'm going to read my copyright disclaimer. All right. We going to get that together. Definitely. All right, copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit education or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right. Fair use. So I ain't got to say spoiler alert, none of that shit, because everybody already saw this. And I saw it the second weekend it came out. I meant to see it the first weekend, but I was doing some other important shit. But I loved it. I fucking loved it. It has like my favorite type of movies rolled all into one. Like I love the aspect of the spiritual stories. You know, movies that's got the spiritual stories, the supernatural stories. And I love the sci-fi movies, and I love the fantasy movies. And this just like gave you, and I love the hardcore movies about life. And Ryan Coogler, he has already did some good shit. From Black Panther to Creed. I have all the Creed movies. I love me some boxing movies. So he already did a good job, and Black Panther was phenomenal. It tapped into the Americas and the diaspora, Akbulan, Africa. So Ryan Coogler, he did his thing with this one because he tapped into the spirituality of the indigenous peoples, our ancestors, the indigenous peoples. Especially for me, I know I got dark skin and light skin indigenous peoples in my bloodline. He tapped into the Creole with the hoodoo, the indigenous with the Chata fire keepers. They were the vampire hunters. When that shit came on and they showed my people, I was just like, yes, I'm ready for this movie. I love that they put like real like spiritual type, they mix, throw little sprinkles of spirituality systems where you can research that shit. You can tap into that shit. It was awesome. So I loved the fire keepers, the Chata fire keepers at the beginning. I loved the hoodoo. I loved it. I might get the names mixed up, but the one with the blue, the twin with the blue is smokestack. So the one with the blue, he had the hoodoo woman who knew her shit. She protected him. She had the herbs and the roots in his medicine bag, his mojo bag, his talisman. She powered it up even when he brought it back. But She said it protected your ass while you was gone. So I love the fact that she had the medicine bag, the mojo bag, and she powered it up for him. But he didn't keep it on. That was his downfall. That he didn't keep it on. It was powerful medicine. It comes from a gumbo pot of our peoples. And I love that he threw that in there. I love that shit. And then music. Music is one of, if not the most highest form of religion, spirituality, music, sound, vibration. That shit was awesome. I love how they incorporated the blues, and then what went on in the South, not only with indentured servitude and slavery with dark-skinned indigenous peoples and peoples from various parts of the world that were brought here. Even those Irish people had to deal with some servitude. But I love how they highlighted that from each one in that tapestry that they had. And I really loved that tapestry that showed the fire keepers of the Chata and the griots of the diaspora, and then the Irish people, their spirituality. But it just showed it showed different layers of shit. How the music industry, the labels, and the whole label team, and not everybody is crooked, but a lot of the people are crooked. But it just shows how they want to vampire and just suck all the energy of talented melanated people, dark skinned indigenous people, our music, our culture, our spirituality, our essence, our spirit, our soul. They want to suck the life out of that. And the movie showed that whenever you let motherfuckers in, especially people that ain't got no business being let in, y'all see, at first they was on point. They didn't let the vampires in. They didn't let them in. They didn't let the vampires in or the KKK in. They didn't let them in. But the Asian lady in the movie, she let them in. And she was worried about her daughter. Granted, I give her that. But she kept trying to leave, and they should have let her ass leave because her husband was out there. They should have let her leave and go be with her husband. They should have just fucking let her go. Like, all right, her and her husband can handle it because she invited the vampires in. And even the married chick, even though the twin sent her ass outside to be a spy, but them her people too. So that was the wrong thing to do. And so she came in and fucked their whole world up because she brought some bullshit with her. But even with the twins, Michael B. Jordan, he did his fucking thing playing them twins. Now, one twin, he had the powerful hoodoo woman who was very protective of him. She was on her shit. She was a warrior woman. She was a medicine woman. She was a hoodoo woman. She was powerful and spiritual. And she threw them bones. She knew what her fate was. But the thing is, she went hard. She went hard. She loved her man, and she made sure he had that medicine bag / mojo bag when he left, and when he came back, he still had it on. She powered it up again. She poured some libations. That's dealing with that Creole spirituality. She powered up his medicine bag, mojo bag. She poured libations and she gave it back to him, but he didn't keep that shit on. But it was just so rich. And I love the fact that how he tapped into, okay, the Cha Fire Keepers and the Creole hoodoo woman, and then the griots. Sammy was a griot, or a griot, with the power of music. Um, it's not only music; it's with spiritual gifts. I love how he tapped into all those aspects of things that are real. And it kind of, when he did the vampire shit, it was many layers to it, but it reminded me of like what they tried to do with the Twilight saga, like from the second Twilight movie on up, when you had Team Jacob with the wolves, um with the indigenous tribe, how they tapped into the Wyatt spirit, the wolf spirit, and they shape shifted into wolves. That was a aspect about ancient stories. I love the ancient storytelling. And this movie Sinners is about ancient storytelling too. Um, even I mean, I always hate the KKK and all that bullshit, all that negative bullshit. I don't like that shit in movies, but I know that it happened. It was, a reality for some people. Um, I loved how Michael B played the twins, Smoke and Stack, and how one was very serious and about business. The other one, he wanted to have a good time, and all of that. But they both was. I just love the fucking movie, and I know everybody done probably seen it by now, so I ain't doing no spoilers. But I was trying to just um I was trying to get on here and do a review, but I just been so busy. And I know y'all probably loved it too. Y'all can leave your comments on, how y'all felt about the movie. But I love the fact that they showed the hoodoo aspect of it with the herbs and the roots and spiritual systems. I love how they did that. Um, they actually mixed the hoodoo with the voodoo. Um, yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. And even this part, they won't even show it, but like even like this book, um, y'all can look into the different aspects of the Chata. I do have some Chata in my bloodline, so I did love that my people was represented. Also, my misnomer Creole roots. Creole is a gumbo pot, a mixture of indigenous cultures, and diasporic cultures. All that is a part of my bloodline. So I loved when they had the hoodoo woman in there. She was representing. She was on her shit and she was protecting her man. Yeah. So it was awesome. It was so many layers. He could do some spin-off shit, uh, series from this movie. He could do spin-off shit. Now, I was mad at her. Yes, I was mad at her. And the only part in the movie that I did not like was when Mary spit that vampire saliva in his mouth. That was so fucking gross. Oh, I was so pissed at that. I was so pissed at the Asian lady when she invited the vampires in. I was mad at the doorman, the bodyguard dude, doorman dude. I was mad at him. Um, he cracked me up because he was a good. What was he playing? The fiddle or the harmonica. He was playing something. I think it was the harmonica. But I liked him, but he liked to drink too much, so it had him off his game a little bit. But the dude, he represents the execs and people throughout history that have wanted to suck the life out of melanated people. Hollow motherfuckers try to suck the life out of um, talented, gifted, spiritual, dark skinned indigenous people of this earth. They have been trying to do it everywhere. Sammy represents the musical protege, the griot with the power um, to deal with the positive, the light, and the dark, the positive and the negative, the light and the dark. She, she did have some identity issues because she had her Caucasian side versus her dark skinned indigenous side, and then he didn't sent her ass out there, to be a spy, and that just fucked the game up. But she really fucked the game up. I know she was concerned about her daughter, but they should let her leave with her husband. Um, I did like um, the movie. It did show like the KKK stuff, the working in the field and all of that, and then the little church. And the one thing that I think that he should have added, like the churches that still had the indigenous aspects in it. Like that's when that power was there. Now it's just a whole nother thing. But at the end of the day, melanated people, we power up shit. We're the most powerful battery for the shit. And so whatever it is, if we in it, we gonna power it up. Um, and it's just a message to get back to your ancestors' spiritual roots before Abrahamic religions came into existence. Your ancestors had a strong, powerful, lovely spiritual system. Do some research on it, find out what it was, what it is. Talk to your older family members, your elders. Learn your true spiritual systems. Because Abrahamic religions are like infants compared to all of the dark skinned indigenous spiritual systems. So the movie just challenges you to tap into that. I already showed my disclaimer, but peace to everybody who's tuning in, who's gonna tune in later. I just had to put my, you know, say my say about it, about the movie. It has so many layers. And then at the end, when he comes in and he's kind of looking like, you know, your boy, uh, oh, P Diddy. That's what he's kind of looking like with the Coochie um, sweater on at the end, and Mary is looking like, one of his women type of thing. But it had a lot of symbolism and everything in it. It was awesome. It was awesome. So just check out the uh different spiritual systems and about the indentured servants and slavery. Yeah, just check all that out. Do your due diligence. I'm just showing y'all, some relevant stuff. But the movie just it taps into, a lot. And make sure y'all go check it out if y'all haven't already. Because it's freaking awesome. It is freaking awesome to say the least. Um, I'm trying to pull up this site about hoodoo, about herbs and roots. It just be cracking me up how these different people be on it, but I'm just trying to pull up this book. But just learn about your roots. Just learn about your roots. It's the best thing. It's the best thing for you. The good aspect of your roots. But it reminded me of shout out to this website. I'm just showing this for um just comparison purposes. But you got Marie Laveau, that type of energy, but with the herbs and the roots mixed with this. Even at the Irish Vampire, they have some folklore. Yeah, I can really, visit all the different folklore and spirituality and culture that was in the movie. But I love the indigenous and the Creole hoodoo aspect of it. It was awesome. And of course, Michael B did his fucking thing. He played the fuck out of them roles. And Ryan Coogler and his team did their thing. He got a track record now because I loved Black Panther movies and Creed. Loved it, loved it, loved it. And now I love this because my favorite type of movies are the supernatural, the spiritual movies, the fantasy, sci-fi movies. Um, especially when they tap into some Creole stuff or some just straight indigenous stuff, some diasporic stuff. I love it. So y'all must go see it, check it out. Um, but I love the energy of the movie and the different layers and the different stories and aspects. But one of the messages is stop letting people the fuck in. Stop inviting motherfuckers. Stop inviting motherfuckers. If they not for us, yeah, they just love our stuff and they wanna vampire the energy and all of that. They wanna do all that shit when shit is good. But when shit is fucked up, where the fuck they at? So, the movie had a lot of messages. It was really good, and I am definitely going to own it when it comes out. Do they still have DVDs? I know everybody's streaming, on Netflix and Amazon and all of that, but I'm I still got a Bluetooth DVD player, and I got all the Creeds, and I got Black Panthers. So I'm gonna have to get this one. And it just shows you another aspect how even the vampire was quoting the movie script, the scriptures. It just shows you some shit. But anyway, I'm not gonna be long winded. I was on here earlier, but StreamYard or somebody on a team had muted my mic. And I was just talking, and but I'm on it now. I did delete the first video, but I had to do this one over. So, men, make sure y'all get y'all a nice melanin rich woman that knows her indigenous and Creole roots and know how to protect you. Don't do her wrong, because you might get fucked up, but you want you a good woman on your team that's truly for you and not working for the enemy. So just things to ponder. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace to everybody that came in, that's gonna come in later. I appreciate y'all. I'm just, sharing my thoughts on the movie. That's all. So y'all have a good night. Peace. Oh, before I go, I do have to share. I'm having a Mother's Day sale, a green corn sale, and a spring sale. I am gonna show just a second. I gotta show my the collection. The collection. I gotta show the collection, y'all. Just a second. Yeah, I just gotta show the collection real quick because I'm doing honoring the matriarchs, the beloved women, the warrior women. So this is of course the dress represents the matriarchs, the beloved women, the warrior women. honor and respect my ancestors' culture. So I have the pillows. Got it in black. That black pops. It does. It does. I got the aprons, for your barbecuing type of thing. The spring and summer. Got the mask. I have the bags. Got it in one of my favorite colors, turquoise. And I got black. I got the blanket. And that's only in one color. And I just did black and turquoise. So this is for Mother's Day, honoring the matriarchs. Make sure y'all check out my store. The link is at the bottom of my screen. So I'm having a sale. That's for the Mother's Day stuff. And then we have the green corn, the Selu, the great mother aspect. I got some pieces with that. Let me see. Oh, I want a buffer and shit. I think I got too many windows open, but I can show that just a second. I appreciate y'all support. The great corn mother, Selu, the corn maiden, or the great corn mother. Got this. So if y'all want to support, green corn is coming up. So this is, another promotion I'm doing. Just so y'all know. I also have other items. I do have that. I got the phone cases, the towels, the pillows, the blankets, the purses, the cups, the aprons, and the shirts. So make sure y'all, tap in. Tap in. So thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a good night. Peace.